I mentor a lot of college kids as part of my professor hat, and I hear them like they think there's a rule book somewhere and we're just hiding it from them. Like, okay, if I major in biology and I want to go pre-med, what should my minor be? And to me, that's just the wrong question to ask. And there's been a lot of research about make it something different. Like they're saying, well, I love music so much. I just love music, but I couldn't minor in it. And I'm thinking, why couldn't you? You know, I mean, look at my portfolio of hodgepodge here's and there's and training and certificates and degrees, and they make no sense at all to anybody. Even people, like even myself, like I don't even know how to make a website for what I do because it's all over the place. And I've kind of stopped worrying about that because I think, I don't know if it's a gender thing, but I think I hear a lot from women that it's important to them to do right by the system and be, like you were talking about, compliance. You know, they've been trained to be compliant students and achieving students. They haven't all the time been trained to be innovators and how to connect things that interest them. And so I view my job as a mentor and advisor to help make those connections. Why does music and biology make sense? Why does Chinese and entrepreneurialism make sense? Data science and sports make sense. It makes sense because they interest you and they're part of your story. It's you. You're the one who's going to introduce the characters. You know, you're going to say, okay, for the main character, I've got, for me, it was mathematics. I don't know why. I mean, literally, if you ask, why were you a math major? I was like, well, I just kind of kept taking math classes, and pretty soon that was what I had enough credits to graduate with a major in. Literally. And that needed to make sense. And then I was like, well, I need another character because I don't really want to study mathematics. But I want to use mathematics to study human behavior. Now that's fascinating. And so I moved into this field of like psychometrics, which is like, how do you measure things that aren't really observable? Isn't that interesting? So I use my math, I use my behavioral science. And so I think when students realize they have permission, what character do I need now? What skill set do I want to develop? What gift can I bring to the table? And how can I sort of highlight that and feature that as part of who I am? Then their route up the mountain looks so different than anyone else's, and it's how they distinguish who they are. And then here's the kicker. It makes them happier. It makes them able to move toward their own goals. It makes them able to align their work with their values, be autonomous, feel independent, feel part of something bigger than themselves. That's quality of life. And that's what we're aiming for.